You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated ice cream shop owners. This is Last Night's Coffee, episode 191, Vacation Edition.
Yeah, come on. Out here at the beach, Cape San Blas, baby.
John's on vacation this week. He left me all by myself.
You can hold it down, dude. You can manage. You've got this.
Yeah, I can manage.
You can manage. It's beautiful out here, or it has been. Today is our rainy day. You know, if you spend enough time at Florida, you're going to have a rainy day or two. This is one of our rainy days right here.
As I get older, I look forward to the rainy day at the beach.
Ah, yes. Yes, rest and relaxation day, right?
Rest and relaxation. The rain's different down there.
It is. It's different. Like, most of these trees are used to these storms that come from the water.
Right.
You know, so these storms that come from the land, ain't no big deal. You know, It's not really a huge deal down here. So, pretty cool, man.
Do we want to do the weekend review first, or do we want to talk about my storm this morning first?
No, yeah, go ahead. Let's jump right into your storm because last week we had issues with recording. This week we're recording on time, but we still had issues at home, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we've had this crazy system that's been coming out of the west for basically 2 days.
Yeah.
And around 7, I guess it was about 7:35, because Mary Beth hadn't left to go to work yet. We started getting, like, I hear an alert go off on my phone, and I just rolled back over and went to sleep. And then I come, as I'm trying to go back to sleep, I come in, I hear the bedroom door open. I'm like, this ain't good. And then she closes it and goes back down the hall, and I'm like, maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah. But
then I hear her come back. Then I hear her go to the front door, and she's like, Zeus. I hear. I was like, oh crap.
She's calling the dogs in.
She's trying to get the dogs to come inside, and then she comes back down the hall, opens the door. I can't get Zeus to come in. She's freaking out, dude. So we're out there trying to get Zeus to come in. We hear the storm. We can hear the tornado coming, and I'm like, just whatever, screw the dog. He'll figure it out.
He'll live. Yeah.
And I said, let's get in the basement. So we go down, as she turns around, I see Zeus coming down the driveway. So I open the door and let Zeus come in. And she's got Natty, and we're trying to go down to the basement. And I didn't shut the living room door good. And it blew open. And she's like, the door's open. I'm like, well, get your butt down here, and I'll go take care of it. Whatever. Yeah. You know, she's carrying Natty like she don't know what to do.
Right.
And
panic has set in.
Yeah. So while we're supposed to be sheltering in the basement, I'm up there shutting the front door, and as I'm trying to go up the stairs, the wind is pushing against the pressure, not wind necessarily, but pressure is pushing against the basement door. Like I have to push it open.
Oh.
And I go and, but it wasn't, like, at that point, it wasn't loud anymore. It was it was quiet.
Interesting.
So I get the door shut, and I get downstairs, and I pull up, my power's out by this time. Mm-hmm. And I pull up my Hulu app and put it on channel 5, and they're like, okay, it's starting to cross, and we're sitting down here, and they're like, it's crossing Highway 92. It's already come through our area.
Gotcha.
I'm like, cool, we can go upstairs and I can go to sleep. And what it did, when it opened the door, it made weird pressure stuff in the house happen, and it actually opened the attic. Because there's always leaves on the attic door for some reason.
Yeah.
And it sucked those leaves out into the hallway.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of a tornado, right? Is low and high pressures colliding. I mean, That's the whole idea. So you had some sort of low pressure suction happen down there. That's wild.
Looking at the damage here, it looks like it basically, because Dad's got some trees down in the back along that long tree line that he's got, and it's looking like it just went like, maybe up his driveway.
Oh, okay.
And like it followed that tree line, or at least that's where the damage pulled off of. So it was going like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had a few trees come down.
He had a few trees up around like Pomona on Old Atlanta Road in Griffin. They got tore up pretty good. I saw some pictures of it. It looks like it actually might have made ground contact up there.
Okay.
But let's see. So that's another one that was a. I don't know if that one went right over us or if that was considered a near miss or what. But we're gonna thank God that we are okay. And
that's
all
right.
our dogs are okay, and our people are okay, and
Theo, dude, Theo survived the storm.
Theo didn't get swept away, unfortunately.
You guys didn't even try to bring him inside, did you?
Look, he's heavy.
Yeah,
he's built like that tornado truck. You know that big one that you see on TV. He's built like that. So
yeah. He's like the Glenn Powell tornado truck that drills into the ground. His little feet are like they just do.
yeah.
That's good. So I'm glad you guys are okay. I'm glad everyone around you is okay. I communicated with some of my people back home. Everyone seems to be all right.
And this
in and around the cul-de-sac. So
the best we can tell, this one started over by Huckabee's store.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were saying Digby on the news. I'm like, well, Digby's that's where Huckabee's is at. Is technically Digby.
That's kind of where the rotation started.
Yeah.
I got you. And then it tracked up, kind of northeast, right from there.
Yeah. So if you put a straight line. Excuse me. I'm assuming it followed a pretty straight path. I think it was bouncing.
Okay. Yeah, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, because they had signature. They were in the radar. They had debris signatures.
Okay.
Before it got to us. So
yeah.
Of course, I had some weird dreams about it when I went back to sleep.
Yeah, like what? Like what were the dreams like?
I dreamed that it made that we were out looking at the damage. That's why I was so shocked when I slept late, when it was 12 o'clock when I got up, because I dreamed we were out there looking at the damage. My truck got tore up, whatever, and that you could just see a V running between our house and Mom and Dad's house in the trees.
Oh man!
So, yeah, that was kind of
my niece brought up something last night after you guys' first round of storms. She brought up something last night in the group chat where she was saying like, she feels like there's more storms nowadays than there used to be. And I've been thinking about that ever since. And I'm pretty sure it's just the communication, right? Not everybody had a TV on back in the day. Not everybody was necessarily watching the news or the Weather Channel to get informed. Nowadays, everybody has a cell phone in their hand, right? And so, I think the communication of these storms is just better. I don't think there's necessarily that many more storms nowadays. I think people are just more informed is what it is about the storms.
Yeah, I think we had storms, but now we find out when it's a tornado really quick.
Really quick, yeah.
That whole radar indicated tornado definite with being able to that they figured out that they can look in there and see the debris and say that's a tornado. That's only come on in the last few years, right? Or they've really started. They've really started talking about it and saying, "Yeah, that's a tornado."
Yeah, well, I think what they're kind of using is kind of like that LiDAR stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that laser radar, which is relatively new. That's
Yeah.
not a technology that's been around for too long. So, yeah, I mean, definitely we didn't used to see those types of scans and things on the Weather Channel when we were kids. Like, I think the information, you're right, the technology, the information gathering, being able to tell what will be a tornado and what won't be,
Yeah.
I think that's improved. And also just the fact of communication, like instant boom, there you go, that's what it
Boom.
is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody has that cell phone in their hands to be notified now.
Yeah. I think that makes a difference. Now I don't remember as many confirmed tornadoes, but of course, you know, like I remember. Let's see, this was back in probably 91 ish, 92.
Mm-hmm.
It's before we moved out here. We had one go over. It never touched. It didn't touch, but it went over our old house.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it vibrating the house.
Mm.
And it was weird because it was a weird tornado because it was moving east to west.
Ooh, that is strange.
Yeah, it was a weird storm, but
Yeah, we
but yeah,
we used to call them like microbursts back in the day or something like that. When
yeah,
it would just be like a almost tornado, we'd just be like, "Oh, that was a microburst."
yeah. They got put into the microburst category or straight line
Yeah,
winds.
straight line winds. Yeah, yeah. We still get those nowadays. Don't get me wrong, but we're able to tell exactly what they are because the technology has gotten that much better, right?
Yeah, I watched a thunderstorm uh, happen. Like one of those.
Really?
Yeah, I watched one. You know how them pop up thunderstorms pop up in the summertime?
Mm-hmm.
I watched one come to life in my front yard one time. And then
Whoa.
after it was over, I went back and watched the radar
Uh
and saw it manifest. Right, I was like, because I was sitting out on the front porch, I was like, "Holy cow!"
huh. That's wild, man. Those Georgia showers, those Georgia storms can come out of nowhere too.
Yeah. So, but we're safe, thank God.
Yeah, praise God. I'm glad you guys are, man. Hopefully there's no too terrible damage in and around your area. Hope all of our night shifters are safe as well.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm kind of looking to see if I can make the radar go back in time
Mm-hmm.
to see how far back. I can only go back to 11. Okay.
It's all good.
It's all good.
So I've been traveling this weekend, obviously.
You've been
man.
traveling, yeah, on the road again. You
Yeah,
go to
left
places
bright and
that
early.
you always been.
Yeah, same area of Florida we always come to, man. Cape San Blas, Port St. Joe area. Different house this time. Little got us a little cabin kind of this time. It's nice, man. I really like the
Yeah.
location. We've got a trading post right behind us.
The
It's
one that's got the
perfect.
oysters?
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
It's just like kind of like a. They've got a liquor store attached to it. If
Oh,
you're into
well,
that thing,
you gotta have your liquors.
yeah, and then they've got just kind of like your basic convenience store type stuff, but then additional groceries as well, like some additional groceries. So it's sweet. It's within walking distance. Like you literally walk to it, and then we can literally walk to the beach. So I really like the location we're staying at, man.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah, same area we always come to.
looking right now at the map of Cape San Blas.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Cape Coffee Cream and Ice Cream, is that ringing?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's the that.
Oh, I see the trading
I mean,
post now.
Not to call them out by name, but yeah, that's that's
I mean,
the
I
ice
didn't
cream
say it.
shop owners.
You
We're
did.
beefing with. That's the ice cream shop we're beefing with right now, man. We
Okay.
went there. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Look, on the way down here, we're
Yeah.
leaving bright and early in the morning. We're kind of in a rush, but things are whatever. It's always like that when you're getting on the road,
Right.
with 3 kids. Like that's just the way things are. You're kind of in a rush.
Yeah.
But we get in the car, we get on the interstate, and we start heading down. And of course, I see the sign for Whitesburg. That's pretty. Whitesburg is normal, right? Because I'm headed towards the direction of the interstate. So when I see the sign for Whitesburg and all, and that's
Yeah.
that's no problem. Like that's near where we live, right? That's normal. I don't think anything of that sign. We keep driving, and eventually we come past the sign for Whitesville, and I'm like, yeah, that's normal. Like not a big deal.
Yeah.
Not a big coincidence. And then eventually, dude, we get to White City, right?
Dude,
And
it's
I'm like,
getting white
okay,
out
guys.
there.
I'm like, okay, guys. The further south we get, it's like I really felt like we were about to come up on like No Blacks Allowed town.
Just like
We couldn't be any
Whitesville,
more.
Whitesburg, white dude.
Yeah, like whites only, the county of whites only, or something. Like the further south we got, man, I just kept thinking there was a bit in here somewhere, man. There is a
Yeah,
comedy
there's
bit stashed in this
definitely
somewhere.
a comedy bit.
It's like they got more and more racist with the town names the further south you go.
Right? Dude, that's
More
wild.
obvious, more obvious.
So, that's wild, dude.
But yeah, we made it down here. And yesterday we had an awesome day at the state park, which we always go to the state park at least once or twice while we're here, because they've
Yeah.
got beautiful beaches. They're not crowded. It's $6 a car. And so it was double red flag. So you could be fined or whatever for getting in the water yesterday, except unless you went on the bay side, which at the state park is also very beautiful. So we went to the state park, went into the bay side where it was calm and all that. And on the way back to our cabin, we decided to stop at the ice cream shop, right?
Yeah.
There's no parking at this place. The sign that he says to enter is straight sand. It is like, I don't know. It looked like very deep, super loose sand, right?
Yeah,
I'm not going to get stuck on the sand. I've been stuck in sand before. It's not going to happen before. Or it's not going to happen again, right?
Right.
Like, so I'm not pulling in there. There's clearly a rental house right there. No one is staying at. Like, no sign of anybody. So we pull into this rental house driveway. And the guy, the owner of the ice cream shop, comes out and he's like, you can't park there. If you're coming to the ice cream shop, you need to park here.
Oh, he's done been fussed at.
Yeah.
He's got PTSD from you parking right there.
Right. Well, little did he know, my wife wasn't having it. My wife was maybe a White Claw or two in for the day, right? I'm just saying, not drunk,
Yeah.
but just a little bit, a little bit of liquid courage was all. And she wasn't having this guy, like, because she was with me, obviously, when we got stuck in the sand the one time. We're not getting stuck in sand again. So he starts mouthing off to her, and he's like, you have to pull in here. He's like, I pull in here all the time. I do it just fine. And she's like, oh, you park in here with my car? Have you done it with my car before? My wife starts mouthing back, right? She ain't having it either. And so they just keep going back and forth. And meanwhile, I'm like, so I'm not being racist here, but the guy had a little bit of an accent, right? And it was the type of accent where he's not going to get along with females, and especially like a female's trying to say
in his
anything
culture.
back.
In his culture, they're not they don't speak unless spoken to.
Bingo. And so I see kind of the writing on the wall, and I'm like, look, we're in this for the shakes. Like, you know what I mean? So I just start marching back to the car and hopping in the car. Although I am contemplating him losing our business, while I walk back and start the car.
Right.
I'm thinking about just having my family get back in the car and leave.
Yeah.
But we do patron his we do. I move the car not to the loose sand. There's like this random gravel driveway where he parks his car, not in the loose sand.
Right.
But he's got like some gravel driveway where he parks his car. And I was like, I'll pull him behind this guy's, in this guy's spot, basically. Yeah, and so that's what I do.
Did you pull into the parking lot of the gray rental?
Yeah. That first one. The first
he
one
come
right there.
All the way there from his little trailer.
Yeah. Yes.
To fuss at you about parking way back there.
Yeah. Well, actually, he popped out of the porta potty as we're piling out of the car. I'm being honest.
Okay.
He popped out of the porta potty on the side of the trailer.
You'll get parked there.
Yeah. So this dude. But you know what, Chugger? What's funny is we've been coming down here every year for the past 4 or 5 years now. This ice cream shop used to be located at the trading post. Okay.
Oh, so he done got run off.
Bingo. The trading post got new owners this past year, and he's clearly not easy to get. My kids were asking, like, why did he move? Why is it over here now? And we were like, clearly, kids, after that experience, this guy's just not easy to get along with. Like,
he was RUNNOFT, run off.
Yeah. Yes. There you go.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Will you be indulging at that donut shop?
Oh, you better believe it, man. I had kind of a weird night of sleep. Well, I don't actually. They're closed on Mondays. I think the donut shop was closed on Monday, so I did not plan on going today anyway. But tomorrow, I think I'm planning on hitting it up bright and early, dude. Bright and early. We've been there before, and we will go again. Yeah, there's like they're just selling them out of this little shack, Chucker. It's just little shack.
So I done pulled up Google Street View, and I'm just scoping this whole. There's like the main road's paved and everything else dirt, sand.
Yeah. So do you see Jamaica Drive right by the trading post?
Yeah,
that's where we're staying.
Yeah. So Jamaica Drive, you cannot drive down it on Street View.
Okay. Yeah. If you look at it overhead, bird's eye view, we're the first cabin.
Okay.
Down Jamaica Drive. So yeah, there you go. You know exactly where we're staying now.
Yeah. I done scoped you out there, dude.
We're the first cabin, and then our we always vacation with the neighbors. They're at a cabin a few doors down, closer to the beach.
Y'all's Jamaica Drive ain't even a real driveway.
No.
Like it's a little dirt path.
You can't see it from the road. I passed it the first time. I'm like, I don't see anything. There's no Jamaica Drive here.
Yeah, you got to turn it to Torgamoon.
Yeah. But it's a great location, man. I'm loving this. Yeah. Don't go. Dude? That's too far back. That's too far back. If you just go straight back towards the beach from the trading post,
you turn at the sign that says liquor store.
Yep.
Okay. That's wild.
Turn at the sign that says liquor store. Exactly.
Dude, they got
that's wild that you can see it. Yes, we've already had it. That was our pizza the first night.
Can we get a review on Hunt Brothers Pizza? Because it is, for what it is, if you get it fresh, Hunt Brothers Pizza is amazing.
You cannot go wrong. I tell you what we had yesterday that I've never had from Hunt Brothers Pizza. I'm normally a cheese and pepperoni guy, get out of Hunt Brothers Pizza, right?
Right.
What we had on Saturday when we got here was an everything pizza. Like literally all the toppings, except for maybe onions or something like that. Because my neighbor can't do onions or, something like that. But jalapenos, banana peppers, green peppers, sausage, ground beef, pepperoni, you name it, brother. It was on this pizza. It was incredible. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
It's weird. It's weird. Excuse me. I've got a little bit of a cough left over. It's weird how good a Hunt Brothers pizza can be. Like, they're all these little. If you don't know what a Hunt Brothers is, for one, you're living under a rock because they're at
Yeah.
every little gas station. Their business model is amazing because they're like, "Oh, you want a little food in this gas station? I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
I got you, man. We'll put some food in this." Um,
And it's perfect.
they're
They're
making
oh,
and
the
they're
pizzas they
consistent.
make consistent and good. The
Yeah,
ingredients are somehow fresh. You're like, how
yeah.
is this coming out of a gas station? Like,
I
I don't
I
get it.
don't understand it at all because I mean it don't
Yeah.
matter where you go and get a Hunt Brothers pizza,
Hmm.
it's the same.
Do you go to Huckabee's for your Hunts Brothers?
Yes,
Is that where you frequent for
yeah.
your Hunts
That's
Brothers
that's
pizzas?
that's my usual Hunts Brothers place. But
So
yeah,
this place here, they have a little picnic table inside, and that's where I just waited. I waited right there for my
oh,
pizzas so I could have them fresh and
like
ready. You know what I'm
4
saying?
minutes,
Oh, dude.
just run through
No,
that thing.
it's a beach town, and it's really the only food around, like, kind
Oh,
of. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, especially pizza wise. And so it was a 25-minute wait. I just sat there at the table. I sat
Dude,
there and stared at the Hunts Brothers, just waiting.
there's a lot of watching you can do in that 25 minutes waiting on a pizza.
Oh yeah, especially in a beach town, Hunts Brothers, bro. You
Yeah,
know, it's a liquor store, it's a tackle, bait and tackle. They've got groceries. You know, they've got a Hunts Brothers. You're seeing all kinds of things come in and out of this store.
yeah. So hey, you want some
Mhm.
breaking news?
Yes, give it to me. Since you didn't silence your phone.
Um, I'm gonna send this to you. So every week, Sonoa, when they have a race, they put a car on the poster on the flyer for that week.
Yeah.
Look who finally made it.
Whoa, dude.
A solo picture.
Whoa.
A
Look at
solo
it.
race car.
Wow, man. Wow. Wow. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
Charlie Oxen Ford Racing. I'm repping it all the way down in Florida, man. I rep it everywhere we go. I repped it the whole time at the Bigfoot Museum, Charlie Oxen Ford Racing hoodie. I'm repping it
Yeah.
down here in Florida now. Everywhere I
I'm
go, I'm trying to represent.
I'm gonna have to get you a T-shirt as it
Yes,
gets
you are for
hotter because
summertime.
you'll wear that thing everywhere.
I will,
And
dude. I try to
it's holding.
represent. I
It looks like it's holding up pretty good too.
it's
The artwork.
yeah,
Um,
it is. I watched
man,
it
I'm
frequently.
I'm so glad y'all are having fun down there.
Oh, it's been
Get
a great
get
vacation.
away from everything. Um,
Yeah.
you got me wanting to go to this Cape Sandblast.
It's really nice, Chucker. The state park is pristine, bro.
Yeah. So
Pristine.
we
It,
I, here's the thing. My kids at the age, Charlie,
mhm.
Dad, I gotta have something to do. I got,
Right.
right.
Mm.
So
You're not gonna. This would not be the place for him.
no, he
So
would be
our kids just need the water.
right.
Like they are perfectly happy with waves crashing into them for 3 hours and then coming back, taking a nap, and going back for three
Yeah.
hours. Like that's the perfect day for my kids. So
Charlie,
yeah,
Charlie, is at that age where he's looking, if you know what I
yeah,
mean.
sure,
He's
sure,
enjoying the scenery of the beach.
right. Yeah,
You
a
know,
more popular beach would probably
a more popular
be
beach. So
what Charlie's into. These are vacant beaches mostly around here.
yeah,
There's rarely crowded. It's rarely gets crowded at the beaches here. I mean, especially at our beach that's within walking distance of the cabin.
yeah,
Man, I sent you that picture I think Saturday evening
yeah.
that
I
night
was
we
kind
got
of.
here.
What
There
was I
was
doing?
no one on the beach, man. Nobody was there.
Oh, I was dying. Okay, so my turn.
You were dying
Yeah, well, I was about to
again?
die. About to die.
Again?
Yeah. So, okay. So, my weekend.
Yes, get back to your weekend. I can't wait to hear about Saturday. Yes.
All right. Friday, I went and recorded with Tim Gonzalez and Jody Sellers on the Tall Tales podcast.
Tall Tales podcast. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Any idea when the episode's going to drop yet?
I don't know. I will find out. It was fun to be on a podcast, and all I had to do was like talk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they were
that's
asking
basically
you questions and like keeping it going and everything.
That's basically all I do here. You do all the work. But you know, it was fun. We had a good time. We talked about our show a little bit. We didn't really hit on our show much.
That's fine.
I'm going to be
as long
back
as you dropped it.
I was invited back. We ran out of time. So So there will be a part 2.
Good. Well, you're probably a really good guest to have on. I mean, you're local to them. You know a lot about the area and racing. You've got so much to talk about with racing and podcasting and so many things.
Things. So
yeah.
We got off on. We probably spent most of our time talking about radio controlled cars.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, hobby grade.
That's
radio controlled cars.
Well, yeah, you're into that kind of thing.
Excuse me.
Makes sense. You are into that kind of thing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
That was gross. Anyway.
Had to relieve that. Yeah.
Yeah, had to get that one out of there. A little
shout out
oyster.
Podcast, man. Yeah. Shout out Tall Tales podcast. That's awesome.
And I'll let you know. You got to appear on there. And they want to be on our show. So
I'd love to have them.
We're gonna have to get that. I said, dude, our show's easy because we'll do it on StreamYard and we'll all just be staring at each other on screen.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't even have to be together. But they gave me breakfast, so they figured out, feed this guy and he'll tell you whatever you want to hear.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So but it was a good time. So that was Friday. Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. That's lunchtime, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is when my eating window opened.
Uh-oh.
So I've been doing the carnivore. I got down to 292, 293-ish, right in there.
Dude, like the Ford engine, bro. Like the 292. Dude.
My goal was to, once I got to below 295, I would have a cheat window.
Yeah.
Because I had some stuff I needed to eat badly. I went and got some Mexican food, which I got fajita. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I went and got some fajita nachos. And,
nice. How was that?
Dude, I didn't finish them. I think I have a low tolerance to MSG.
Okay.
Because I could feel it in my body.
You can feel the preservatives?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have a low tolerance to MSG. They say MSG is so toxic that everyone is allergic.
Whoa.
You just don't know it till you cut it out.
That's weird.
Yeah, so if you ever just go cut out MSGs for a long period of time and then you eat it, you'll be like, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel like this?
Yeah. Interesting. I'll have to give that a try. I don't know if I don't ever pay attention to it.
Accent, if you ever use accent to season your food, that's MSG. Straight up MSG.
Really?
Yeah. Do you use accent?
No, I don't.
I had some hamburgers one time and they were using accent. I'm like, this stuff's freaking awesome. This tastes like a freaking McDonald's hamburger.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with a lot of these preservatives is they're tasty. Like they make the food tasty.
Well, the Romans were putting they're putting their wine in lead pots, right? And the lead,
getting lead poisoning.
They were getting lead poisoning from the acid of the grape juice or the wine seeping in.
Sure.
But what it would do is the reason they liked it is because it made it sweeter. So they poisoned themselves because they liked the sweeter taste of the lead pot.
Yeah.
So it's not like humans are just now started doing stupid stuff
Sure.
like that.
We've been doing stupid stuff to our food for a long time.
We've been doing stupid stuff like that for a long time.
We've been
Because
learning from our mistakes.
we're like,
We may
"Ooh, it tastes
learn
good."
in the next 50 years, well, we're already starting to uncover that all this plastic packaging that we've been using
Yes.
for the last 50 years is probably a bad thing.
Bad thing. So anyway, to bring this back in, I come home. I had gotten up early, so I'm like, I'm gonna go home and take a nap. But before I do, I want a Reese's and a Pepsi.
Oh yeah,
Because that's a quintessential Chuck snack right there.
oh yeah.
The Reese's tasted weird. I ate them, but they tasted weird, and I drank a third of the Pepsi.
What? That's so strange.
Yeah,
But
it just
that's like
was.
your favorite. Like you went on vacation or like whatever, and your favorite thing you had the whole time was a Reese's and a Pepsi.
Yeah. When was that?
No, what was it? You cheated on your diet or something like that one time, and like your favorite thing was
Oh
was
yeah.
the Reese's you had.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I did that, and I took my nap. I was kind of disappointed because I'd been thinking a Reese's was like the key to everything. Like, man, if I could just get me a Reese's. So that kind of knocked me down a few notches. Took a nap, and then it was time for my cheeseburger.
Yes.
Went to Buffalo's and got my favorite cheeseburger in the world, which is I say it's my favorite because it's so simple, and it's their they call it their blackjack. So it's got like crispy fried onions on it and barbecue sauce and like a pepper jack cheese. And it's just amazing. And I got that, and golly, it was so good. I had French fries, I had ketchup. It was all just really, really good. And
You got the works.
Yeah, I had everything that I wanted. We had like a buffalo dip appetizer.
Did you wash
So
it
that
down
was
with a
good.
little beer?
There's possibly maybe one or two drink.
Yeah, because that's not part of the carnivore diet. You can't have beer on it.
Cannot confirm or deny that there were beers involved. That's classified.
Right.
Yeah.
JFK files.
Yeah. So anyway, we leave there. We go to Home Depot, and I'm like, I feel like I'm dragging around a 40-pound weight.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, literally felt like just. I just looked at Charlie. I said, "What's up with the gravity, dude?"
That's what happens, man.
I guess it was the carbs or something. I'm like, what is up with this gravity?
Yeah.
And Charlie's like, I know, man. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, but he's been eating pretty good too. So when he overindulges, he notices it more, which is what I want him. I want him to learn the difference. Like, you can eat, you can, if you don't get overweight, you can eat what you want to. You just can't do it all the time.
Exactly.
So we do that, and then that was it, man. The kids.
That was it?
The girls were in town for their Big Mama's memorial service. So we had to go back to Buffalo's Saturday night because Cheyenne's like, I want some freaking Buffalo's. I'm like,
of course.
Okay, I can eat wings.
Yeah. So you're basically going back on the diet now.
Yeah. So I went back the next day. I was back on the diet. And I was good to go.
Yeah.
But I went and had me some. And I didn't eat all day till we got back to Buffalo's because I just didn't.
I'm sure.
I felt horrible.
The calories you consumed in that amount of time is so much more than what you're used to being on the diet.
I gained 4 pounds.
Yes, dude.
4 pounds from that. So
that's good.
That was weird. But it was good to see.
That's what happens with a cheat meal.
It was good to see that 4 pound gain over just those 2 meals, just to go, whoa, what was I doing to myself? So, but it was, dude, I got to hang out with Chloe.
Yeah.
I held Chloe during the memorial service.
You're loving being a grandpa, huh?
And yeah, dude. And I'm bouncing her on my knee, right? She's watching Bluey with no sound on. Do your kids watch? They're over Bluey, right?
They're over Bluey, yeah.
Okay. Did you ever have to do Bluey?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, y'all didn't deal with Bluey. Bluey's interesting. I think maybe, I don't know. I'd rather watch SpongeBob. Anyway, so I'm bouncing her. She's watching Bluey, and then she'll kind of get, and then I'll bounce her some more. Well, finally, she quit watching Bluey, and I'm bouncing her, and she's like, about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But she will not commit to going to sleep on my knee.
Right.
She sees Mary Beth, and she reaches out to her, gets in Nana's lap, and passes out.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
she was gone. I'm like, I put her to. Mary Beth come in as the closer, but this game was mine. I won this one.
Yeah. You did good, dude. You did very good.
So I was proud of that, dude. Yeah, being a granddad's fun. It's different than I thought it would be. It's a lot different. The kids, she's so smart. So when one Bluey would end, and you know how it comes up for next episode whenever you're binge watching something, she'd reach down there and press play. She's not 2 yet, John.
That's wild.
She's like what, 18 months maybe?
Yeah, something like that. That's crazy.
She's figured out how to press play and skip to the next episode. And if she don't like one, she will touch the screen and hit next.
Yeah. That's very interesting that they know how to do it like that.
I know people that are older than me, who could be my parents' age, that don't know how to do that.
Right.
They don't get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that just blows my mind how smart these kids are. What will she be able to do?
Well, they come out the womb like knowing how to operate this technology, basically, right? I mean, that's what you're seeing. So, what will they be able to do when they're 20 years old? What kind of technology will they be able to operate? Just having that much of a head start on it.
Right, because we had to learn it.
Oh yeah.
But they know it.
It's bred into their fine motor skills.
Do you think it transfers through the womb?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe there's something like getting embedded in our genetics that's like genetically being handed down. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's done got into her mom.
Right.
And it's kind of like instinctive. Like you need to run from a tiger.
Exactly. Like a sea turtle knows it's got to dash for the water.
Right. So now we have developed this new thing where it's just passing down.
Yeah, they know how to doom scroll like out of the womb or something.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's gonna be that way soon, man.
Dude, I doom scrolled all day yesterday because Mary Beth took a nap, and I was just like, because I went back and looked for a TikTok that I'd watched.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, it was that far long down the freaking thing. I doom scrolled way.
That can happen sometimes, man. Get lost. Hey, let's take a nap break real quick, and we'll come back and hit what we got to hit on this show.
All right.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the Metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
All right, we're back from Cape Sandblast. W135. You're listening to the soulful sounds of beach music. Up next, we got Jimmy, and he's looking at 40.
Dude, we need Michael McDonald playing.
Dude, you got to get you just just pull you up a Yacht Rock playlist and just dive into it, dude.
Yeah,
dive
that
into
will
it.
be one night this vacation for sure.
Yeah,
Yacht
just
Rock.
a yacht rock night. Sailing. Just start it off with sailing and just go ham.
For sure. For sure.
I don't like April Fools.
Look, I've been thinking about this ever since we talked about it. So since the last show and this show, April Fools has passed, April 1st. And I've been thinking about it ever since that day. And you might be onto something.
Yeah.
You called it Amateur Day.
Amateur Day, yes.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think
never
it's for
serious.
people who are like really bad and like, I don't know. There's not any good April Fool's jokes.
Right? It's done got played out.
You can't think of a good April Fool's joke. Like the BBC and the Flying Penguins was decent. Like
you almost had me.
Yeah.
You almost
Right.
had me with that because I wasn't. It wasn't April Fool's, so I wasn't alert for it. See, I got PTSD from April Fool's from some of Mary Beth's April Fool's jokes that she's pulled on me. So she's the one that got me to where I'm on high alert on April 1st.
Right.
You tried to get me.
I tried.
I woke up from a deep sleep, texted you back as April 1st, and went back to sleep.
I know that what I was hoping for was a deep sleep reaction, but
Right.
I didn't get it.
Right. I'm so on it on April 1st that you can't get me. You can't get me.
Yeah, and I think you're onto something. It is
Now
Amateur Day, man.
Yeah, you can get me on some other days, but on April 1st,
Yeah, you're prepared.
I don't believe anything anybody says.
And I think that was the beauty of trying to prank you, and I think that might be why Mary Beth tries as well, is because you're like you're like that borderline gullible. I am too.
Yeah.
I'll buy something for a minute, dude.
Yeah.
I kind of like to believe people. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll buy into it for a second. So that's why I thought I stood a chance on April 1st.
And then was it? Then 3 days later, the internet got me with an April Fool's post because of who I thought was going to be on Rogan.
Right.
And then I was like, no, they got me.
Yeah,
But
that was a delayed April Fool's joke.
It was a delayed April Fool's, but it's Amateur Day. There's people joking on. It's just like New Year's Eve. There's people drinking and driving that shouldn't be driving anyway. Much less driving drunk. Which nobody should drive drunk. But let's face it, there's some people that are really good at it.
Yeah, I don't know.
a
You're
guy.
kind of reaching for this analogy.
I know a guy that we wouldn't ride with him unless he was drunk.
Oh God,
Because he was a better driver drunk than he was sober.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He was, if he had 3 or 4 beers, he was the best driver ever.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
If he had no beers, it was terrifying.
That's so funny. What, was he just like nervous all the time when he wasn't drunk?
No, when he wasn't drunk, he wouldn't pay attention. But 3 or 4 beers, and he'd be like laser focused. The best drunk. Like everybody that knows him knows him. That's the guy you want to ride with if y'all are drinking.
Right.
This was a long time ago. So,
yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, there's people doing pranks on, and it's some guy with the internet. Like everybody makes a April Fool's. Charlie even made one that we were running asphalt racing. Going asphalt. We were going to sell a dirt car and go asphalt racing.
Right.
I got text from people up to last night. Are y'all really going asphalt racing?
He's got to take the post down, man.
Well, if you click on it and read the whole comment, he spaces down and says, April Fool's, I got you.
Right.
But you don't read the whole post.
Right. Well.
So, It is what
Goes
it
to
is.
show you our society today.
Yeah. All right. So we lost a good one since the last show,
Oh yeah,
too, man.
serious business now, man. Serious business. No
Let's,
more fooling around.
Iceman's gone.
The Iceman is gone, dude. What's your favorite Val Kilmer movie?
Tombstone.
Great choice. Great
Tombstone
choice.
is a great it's a great movie.
Mm.
And he put so much work into that. I think it would go Tombstone top. He's not really the main character in Top Gun. So
No, but it's still one of his movies.
It's still one of his movies. So it'd go Tombstone, the Top Guns, then The Doors.
Yeah.
Because he became Jim Morrison.
Yeah, that's I think I'd put The Doors at top because of how well he like immersed himself as Jim Morrison. He was Jim Morrison for that movie, man.
Now, the Batman movie. Let's talk about that for a minute.
All right.
Batman
I had
Forever.
a hot take on this. You wanted me to try to defend this.
Do you believe he's a bad Batman, or was it a bad Batman movie?
Both.
Both.
I think both. I think he was
explain your answer.
He was a bad Batman. By far a bad Batman. Val Kilmer was not a good choice. And it was a bad movie. Like, that was during the run of, like, way too cheesy Batman movies. I don't like Robert Pattinson as Batman, but when I watched this Batman movie, I like how much more grounded it kind of was. Like, it was almost believable. You know what I mean? During that time, like, the costumes were out of control. Like, you weren't buying any of it, man. And I grew up with that and the Clooney era and like Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy and Jim Carrey and
right.
Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. Those were all so cheesy. Like the whole thing. All of those were bad Batman movies.
Okay, so I have a theory on this. So he was all right. So did the Clooney Batman come out before or after him?
The Clooney Batman was after him. I think.
Right. What about the other guy? Was it Billy Crystal? No.
Michael Keaton was the original.
Michael Keaton. Okay. So here's where I'm at with it. We come out of the TV show Batman.
Mm-hmm. That was Adam
West.
Which is one of the blanking on that.
He is one of the best on-screen Batmans.
Yeah.
And off-screen. He was a
yeah. There's some awesome stories about Adam West off-screen.
So we had this type of Batman, right? And then we go immediately to the dark Batman on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we go from Adam West to the dark Batman, and you're like, people are like, what in the world is this?
Yeah. Yes.
So then we have to go. I think what happened with Batman Forever was they were trying to bring it back.
The scales had to tip.
Yeah, for that generation that grew up on the TV show.
Yeah.
Like they lost that. They lost that in those two movies.
I see what you're saying. It was much more comic booky. Like if you're looking for a more comic based movie, sure, I'll give you that. Like the costumes were a little closer to what they wore in the comics and all that stuff. They were just, for me, it was just over the top. Over the top.
Yeah. Now, I agree that it's not a great Batman movie. But I don't think we should judge Kilmer on the movie he was in versus how he executed the character.
I just couldn't buy the Batman part of it. It was kind of like Clooney. I could buy like the billionaire, good-looking Bruce Wayne part of it when Clooney played it, but when he turned into Batman, it was like I don't see it.
The two best Batmans are Adam West and Christian Bale.
For sure.
There's no argument there.
Yeah.
But then it gets a little fuzzy trying to place them, because I think he was a better Batman than Ben Affleck.
I agree. Look, I think what's his name, Christian Bale. I think he also benefited from some awesome performances from Morgan Freeman, from Liam Neeson, from Tom Hardy. Like, he had a lot of really good actors in his movies. So there's that to be said as well. Same.
Yeah, I mean, he had the better supporting cast, definitely.
Yeah. And his villains were really good, really, like, I don't know. It was cool.
But R.I.P. Iceman. You know, we all got to go to the funeral.
Yeah.
You know, when his last on-screen performance ended the way it did in Top Gun Maverick. So I feel like we've all been to the funeral already.
Do we owe a round of applause to Tom Cruise?
Yes.
For giving us that final performance in Top Gun Maverick?
Yes.
Like, it was kind of a way for Val Kilmer's fans to say goodbye to him, right?
Yeah. And I think
we owe a round of applause to Tom Cruise,
because
that's probably the name of the show, unfortunately.
Tom really fought for that. He had to convince him to be in it, and he had to convince the studio for him to be in it. Like he really worked hard with that, and I didn't realize they were good friends.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they were good. I didn't know that Tom Cruise had friends. I mean, really.
Is that allowed in Scientology?
Right. Like, I just thought they kept him in. I thought they kept him in a bubble. Like, they put him in this bubble when he's not on stage, when he's not performing. He's in just this bubble.
Yeah.
What do you think Tom Cruise is doing right now?
Eating avocados.
You think he's eating avocado?
Yeah, dude, he's eating avocados and all. I guarantee you, that's exactly what Tom Cruise is doing right now.
Yeah, I could. That should be the name. What's Tom Cruise doing right now?
Yeah, avocados and almonds.
But yeah, Val was a good one. He took his acting very seriously. He really got into his characters. Did a lot of research. And then, dude, Tombstone. And I told Charlie, I said, we were watching Tombstone the other day. I said, that's Iceman. He goes,
Yeah.
Really? I said, yes, that is Iceman.
Yeah, man. Isn't it crazy? You do have like a kind of an obsession with Doc Holliday, though. So.
Well, I mean, he's kind of a local folk hero.
Right.
And he is buried in Griffin. And I'll argue that fact till the day that I'm buried in Griffin.
Fayetteville tries to claim him.
Fayetteville don't have a freaking leg to stand on that one, dude.
Let them know, Chucker.
The Holidays were,
Let them know.
They lived in Griffin. So.
Yeah.
Let
them know.
The Holidays lived in Griffin. I think he had some cousins in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like that he was a stranger to Fayetteville.
Don't they say his dental practice was located there for a little bit?
So there's arguments on where the dental practice was actually at. Some say it was in Atlanta. Some say it was in Griffin at that building where Doc Holliday's the bar was.
Mm-hmm.
That it was actually in the upper room up there. And then some say it was in Fayetteville, but really he didn't practice dentistry that long.
Yeah, right.
Like he was like, oh, okay, this is cool and all, but I'm going to go gamble. And I just imagine him like hanging around in Griffin, and like there's some buildings that were existed then that are still there, that were claimed to be saloons and bars and brothels and stuff like that, and just getting that initial taste for gambling.
Yeah, just developing the habit.
I mean, at one point, Griffin was kind of out there on the western edge of civilization.
Yeah.
You know, when they were coming out of at one point, Griffin was the Wild West, dude.
Yeah.
Not long, but
Right.
but it's almost like he kept chasing that atmosphere and working his way out. But I imagine that he probably took some money in Griffin.
I'm sure.
And him and I don't know where he met up with Big Nose Kate. The weird thing is there were some Earps that ended up in Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The last name ended up back in Griffin.
I mean, dude, there's no telling what they were doing back then. He could have been.
I don't know their lineage. They claim, but you know how kids in high school are. Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Why? You know.
Yeah, one of them was probably named Junior, Wyatt Jr.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
But anyway,
Just claiming it.
let's get that meme, and then you can get back to vacation.
Let's do it.
Man.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Send me over that meme.
All right, we're gonna go with this one. We're gonna borrow one from the Babylon Bee today. The bee.
All right, I love the Babylon. Never ever. This is perfect. Trump surprised how tall Elton John is up close. Is Kid Rock this generation's Elton John, just out there and flamboyant and ridiculous?
And yeah, dude. Okay, so when is like, you know, Elton John was a wild man, dude.
Wild boy, yeah.
So does that mean Kid Rock like will be in a children's movie soundtrack in the coming years?
Oh, for sure.
That would be wild, right?
He's got a Disney soundtrack up his sleeve.
Feel the love tonight.
Yeah, no, he's definitely got a Disney soundtrack up his sleeve. I see it coming.
I see it coming. You know,
look, it's been a good show, man. Let's wrap this joker up.
All right, we got a whole list of sponsors. You can go. We're going to just do it quick today. Go to Charlie's Facebook page and just read most of them. They help us out with the race car.
Thanks, man.
The heating chambers.
Yes.
You know, go check out their YouTubes, and don't go chasing waterfalls.
Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Yep.
Ooh. Later, Night Shifters.